Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is me, Joe Duncan, and of course, this is JDtv. Of course, the show is sponsored by Callaway Cuisine, specializing in celebrity catering and private chef services. And please check out their food truck all over the city of Atlanta. This man is one of our favorite actors from some of our favorite films. He was the heartthrob in The Five Heartbeats, the bad boyfriend in Waiting to Exhale, a Jamaican bobsledder in Cool Runnings, and the list goes on and on and on. Actor Leon lights up the screen. He's the Dark Gable of Black Hollywood, so cool, so suave. Men want to be like him. The ladies, well, they like to lay with him, but there's much more to him than movie scripts and movie sets. This leading man is also the lead singer of a band called Leon and the Peoples. The group's brand new release, Love is a Beautiful Thing, is a song certainly for these times, definitely a message in the music. It is an honor to have Leon with me on JDtv today. How are you, sir?
I'm very good. Thank you very much for having me.
We're going to talk about the music. We are going to talk about the movies, but there's one thing that I've always wondered myself. Now, in the music world, there are a lot of one-name phenomenons: Beyonce, Rihanna, Cher, Madonna. Not too many actors go by one name. Why do we know you as Leon and not Leon Robinson?
Well, one thing you just said is part of the reasons. You said not too many.
Yeah.
Like it's something different, like it's
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
Well, that's first on my agenda in life, is being unique. So there's one reason for you.
Mission accomplished.
but how it really happened is I didn't do it on purpose, actually. What happened is my first movie, I did a TV movie, and the Hollywood Reporter and Variety, the two trade papers of our industry, spelt my regular last name, Robinson, wrong. Now, come on now.
Really give you Robertson?
Really? One was Robertson and the other one was Roberts. And I'm like, good review, but come on now. It's my first review. Come on, give me a break.
Right. I know how to fix this.
Right, exactly. So I told my agent, you know what, check this out. Next job I get, my name is just Leon, all right? I guess they won't misspell that, and they're going to want to know what my last name is. And what happened is I thought I was just going to do that for the next movie. And what happened is I got hot as an actor, and I started working all the time. And, you know, it was Leon. It was like, okay, well, once you know somebody by just their first name, you ain't really trying to call them their second name.
Right. Well, I mean, that has always been, I have always wondered that. And I've looked for the answer and never been able to find it. So now I hear it from the horse's mouth. That's a great story and a good reason.
Hey, it just happened, you know. I guess it was meant
to be. Well, one thing we know about you, we know you can act your ass off. But one thing a lot of fans may not know about you is that you are really a formidable singer.
Yeah, I mean, it's really odd that at this point they don't know. This is my band's second record. We've toured the entire country. We've charted on Billboard. But I think, you know, acting is one of those things where if you do other things, it completely overshadows it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when someone's an actor, it's almost like when you do something else, they're just like, really? They can do that?
Yeah. And what are you doing?
And which is so strange because as actors, that's what we do.
Right.
All those different things.
Yes.
You know, I'm liable to be anything. I'll be a musician in one movie and a doctor next.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really odd that, you know, that people think that way, but yet people who don't act, no matter what they do, and if they venture into acting, it's fine. Oh yeah, they just take it for what it is. Oh yeah, they were pretty good. You know, it's like,
well, and that was one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. It always seems like it's easier for a singer to step into the acting world, more difficult for an actor to step into the singing world. I think Jamie Foxx has probably done the best job of it. What do you think?
Well, you know, I mean, I was just thinking about what you said about Jamie Foxx. You know, Jamie Foxx is a different situation. I don't really consider Jamie Foxx, you know, the straight actor lesbian who ventured off into singing. You know, I look at Jamie way more than that. I mean, Jamie to me has always been an all-around entertainer.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
for me, you know, I think, you know, a transition for him, I don't think people, it doesn't even surprise him that much.
True.
Because because, you know, he can do, he's always been like a versatile entertainer. And I mean, we knew him as a comedian, then he became a comedic actor.
Yeah.
Then, you know, became a comedic, you know, he became a dramatic actor. Then, you know, then someone who went back and forth in between both genres, and then, you know, and then a singer, but that he would sing in some of his acts and skits he would do anyway, so we knew he could sing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, I don't know if that would be the best example
Yeah.
of someone switching over and doing it, but yeah, I do know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, when did you first discover that that there was that you had a voice?
Oh, well, I knew I was singing before I was acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was young, I would always, you know, was always singing. And then when I was a freshman in college, I wrote and performed a song for the Special Olympics.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so, you know, actually acting was the thing that just jumped up. But when I studied, you know, my craft at American Academy of Dramatic Arts and other places, you know, I would do scene study in the morning, jazz and ballet, voice lessons. I mean, it was a whole curriculum. You know, we was basically ready for anything.
You basically, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, just ready for anything. You know what I'm saying? So
I discovered Leon and the Peoples a few years ago, and I already have a favorite song from your repertoire.
Okay, can I ask you, is the favorite song off the latest record or the first one?
It is not off the latest record. I'm sure I will find. I'm going to find one on the latest record.
Okay, so it's off the first record. No, because I'm trying to guess which one it is. So I want at least give me a clue. Whether it's the latest record or the other one.
It's an older one. Sometimes I wish I was single.
Yeah, people do love that one. That's for sure.
I've been known to sing along to it in the shower.
Not too loud.
No, I live by myself, so I'm cool. I'm cool.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, you're good.
I'll be blowing.
All right.
But I want to talk about Love is a Beautiful Thing. And it is such a needed message in terms of everything that's going on around us today. Why do you think that song is so special, and how do you want it to resonate with people?
Well, what I want people to think about is about, you know, just what love is, you know, and about loving people. You know, love is not this thing that's just a romantic, version of love. You know, it's not a sexual one necessarily. It's about the kind of love that we have for everyone, our brothers, our sisters, you know, our best friends. You know, like there's sometimes you may hate somebody in your family, but you still love them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can not stand them for a while, yes. You know, but as soon as you heard somebody was coming for them, you was right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like that, and that's what the song's really about. It's about, you know, us coming together and not just realizing what real love is and trying to have that unconditional love, but also the love for ourselves, the love for our fellow man, the love for our country. You know, these are the things that we're seeing right now that are lacking more than ever, you know, and this current election and administration, you know, has caused such a divide in this world that, you know, I would hope songs like Love is a Beautiful Thing can help bring people together and realize first in your own little world, and then you branch out into the people that you know, that you love, you care about, into your country, your community, and realizing that if you're going to have real love and you want real love back, you have to start having that unconditional love. The love doesn't require, you know, yes, I love you. Yes, I love you as long as you love me back. Or yes, I love you. Or yes, I love you as long as you're paying me. Yeah. You know, it's like all those different things. You know what I'm saying?
Always a condition.
Yeah. You know, and so yeah, that's, you know, that's what I want people to get.
Well, I think this song, I think this song will help bring people together because I think that is what is one of the best things that good music does.
Yeah, you know, well, you know, it's always been that common denominator. You know, you could you could have two sides, you know, that don't really like each other, and you play the right joint, everybody's popping for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The music that comes out of Leon and the Peoples, I would describe it as it's part reggae, it's part soul. It's how do you categorize it, or do you categorize it?
Well, yeah, unfortunately, we have to categorize things. You know, they have, I think on iTunes has this in the reggae section, but my record is as much soul as it is reggae.
Yeah,
you know, so yeah, we play a mixture between reggae and soul music. You know, with some rock and pop thrown in.
And I told you one of my favorite songs on the previous album. What is the one song or a song on this album that you love, and what is a song that you can't wait for people to hear and play over and over again?
What, on the first record or the new one?
The new one.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. You know, it's tough to say which one's your favorite because they're all your kids. You know.
Yeah,
so,
they're all babies.
You know, but
one baby acts better than the other.
Well, I can tell you that when we perform, because we usually perform our songs before we ever record them, because we're primarily a live band. Yeah. So we play our songs and see how they resonate with people. And then when they resonate with people, like there's a song on there that's actually a song by Eddie Halter, but we do our version of it called "I Look Good on You." Okay. And so we performed that song at a couple of big festivals, whatever else have you. And I'll tell you, people like, ladies run up to me, "I look good on you. I look good on you." And I'm like, and I said to my drummer, I said, "I think they like that song." Yeah. So we put it on the record. And so, it's tough to say. I mean, when we perform, "Love Is a Beautiful Thing," they sing back to us. Yeah. But I tell you, by the second time we sing the chorus to "Sometimes I Wish I Was Single," I mean, actually, people that know our band, halfway through our set, they're yelling, "Single, single, play single."
I'm telling you. Sometimes I wish I was single. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, another song that charted very well was the first record off our album, and that and it's something I really feel strongly about, called "Beautiful."
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
and it's a song about letting the people in your life know that they're beautiful to you. And that's something we need to do more of.
Yeah, that's one thing that's hard for people to accept about themselves, to see themselves in that way.
Right. And the thing is, and it's not about an exterior thing.
Yeah,
it's about what they are to you.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with letting the person know that they're beautiful to you. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I'm really happy that song has resonated with people. It charted on Billboard. I think it came in number 12 the first week it came out, and the Hot Singles charted. So I love it when I can write a song or have a song out there that actually really means something that I'm proud about, and it resonates with people.
Well, it's certainly resonating with me, and I know it's going to resonate with fans as soon as everybody else gets their hands on the new music. You've been associated with some of the most iconic movies, especially in the African American community. We mentioned some of them at the top of the show. I mean, The Five Heartbeats is a beloved film. That movie initially didn't do well at the box office, but it is a hit in people's homes. I think, to me, that speaks to the power of the film and the power of the Black audience. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think really what it speaks to is word of mouth being the best advertisement possible. And I think it was, what's this, 2020? I think it's 2017. It was 2016 or something. AOL did a poll of the top 25 African American films in the last 25 years. Mm-hmm. The Five Heartbeats was number one. Wow. I believe now, that's a movie that did not do well at the box office. Number two was The Color Purple, a Steven Spielberg movie. Wow. So wow. So you realize how much it has resonated in people's homes. But I tell people this all the time.
Yeah, if it's topping that list.
Well, what it's become, really, it's become like, for Black people, African Americans, it has become like It's a Wonderful Life. It's the movie that we watch, at our family reunions.
Yeah.
At
Holidays
Christmas
when all the family's together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's like all three generations. Like, okay, we watching the 5 Heartbeats. Everyone's like, yeah,
Yes.
And so, Robert set out to make a classic, and the box office disappointment was, a big hit, but he wound up accomplishing that. And there's a movie that you should see if you haven't got a chance to see it. It's streaming right now. It's called The Making of the 5 Heartbeats. It's Robert's documentary about his whole journey from the time he was an extra on the set of Mahogany with Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams to when he came up with the ideas, his favorite group broke apart, and the whole damn the struggles with the studio. And yeah, you should check it out. It's a well-made documentary. And if you're a fan of the 5 Heartbeats,
I am, and I've heard so much about that documentary, and one of the things I learned is that Whitney Houston was almost a part of the movie.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt, she was offered a role and didn't take it. Then saw the movie and then wished she had.
That's the way it goes. The passing of Chadwick Boseman really took us by surprise. Certainly a huge loss for Hollywood, especially Black Hollywood.
All of Hollywood.
Yeah. How did his life affect you, and how did his death affect you?
I'll tell you one thing, how he conducted the last 4 years of his life. Going through that, I admire him greatly. It was the kind of thing that I would do. It's almost like that that thing people would say to you, don't make your problems my problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man wasn't making his situation a problem for anybody except himself. And that was amazing. And I think, and I feel for his family. I feel for, all of Hollywood, because we never want to lose someone that young and that talented.
Yeah.
But that's life. Some of us are going to go early, some of us are going to go late, and but all of us will go.
We all, that day is coming for all of us. That's an appointment we all must keep.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're talking about the iconic movies. An iconic movie is nothing without an iconic line. And I know you get tired of hearing people recite this to you, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care how you feel about it.
well, thank you very much, brother. He said he don't care how I feel. Wait a second. I have to love my people, because if I didn't love y'all, I wouldn't be able to stand y'all. Okay, go ahead, brother. The stage is yours. The stage is
mine. All right, and action. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Now, I know that was terrible, but
No. I bet I can tell you right now that it's better than what it would be if I did it.
Well, I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to make you work. But how often do people recite that line to you? I mean, does it become?
Yeah, no. If I don't see a meme or someone doesn't comment to me on social media or something a few times a day, I would think the world has stopped. I mean, I just walked into the studio, my music studio, what we have here and where my production company is, and I'm right there on the wall is sitting because someone has sent me a this to here size painting of me as David Ruffin saying that exact line, and a t-shirt saying the same thing. And I saw Big Daddy Kane wearing a t-shirt with my face on it and the same line the other day on Instagram. So I was just like, yeah, they went with that. I wish I had a nickel for every time someone said it. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to find me a t-shirt. Well, listen, one thing we like to do here on JDtv is we do a segment called Fan Out. I've got a couple of your fans waiting to ask you a question. You game?
I'm here.
All right. Let's bring them in.
Fan out.
All right, everybody. Leon, meet Tanya.
Hello.
Hey, Tanya, how are you?
I'm great. Hope you're well.
Good, good, good.
And meet Preston.
Preston.
What's up, my guy? How you
You
doing,
guys
man?
have the, that's your middle name, right?
Without a doubt, it's actually the name that I've been called most in my life because
Really?
that's what everyone calls me is Preston because I'm the fourth Leon in my family. My dad, granddad, great dad. And so when you call for Leon, I'm the last person to get the phone call. Now, at this particular time, I'm the most well-known Leon. But when I was a kid and you asked for Leon, you wasn't getting me first.
Thinking Leon Silvers.
Yeah. I was Preston to everybody. And people, all my friends when I was a kid, you know, or girlfriends, whatever, call me Preston. So
yeah. All right. Well, it's
I mean,
an
good
okay
company.
name.
It's a good name. It's a family name.
no, actually, it's a great name. And it
It's
actually
a great name.
actually is the name that I wanted to make famous. But my dad pulled me aside when I started acting and says, son, I didn't give you my name for you to make another name famous.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, Dad.
Gotta do what daddy say do. Well, listen, these fans are dying to ask you a couple of questions. Tanya, we're gonna start off with you, but before we get to your question, tell me, what is it about this guy that, you know, that floats your boat?
Oh my gosh, it's so many things. Like I think about seeing you on TV as an example of like Black masculinity, and I mean I'm a sexologist, so sexuality.
Sexologist?
Yeah, I study human sexuality.
Stop a second. I don't know about you fellas, but we need to be interviewing her.
Well, look, you got a question for her, Leon? Go.
I'm sorry.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Okay. Where did you get your degree from?
I'm actually finishing my dissertation at Widener University. It's a whole center for sexuality studies. And there's a lot of Black sexuologists out there, I gotta say that.
Where's that located?
In Chester, Pennsylvania.
Figure to be in someplace like Chester. you know, you wasn't gonna have one of them in the middle like New York or LA, because we'd all be like, okay, what's up?
Well, there is a school in San Francisco, though. There's a school in San Francisco.
Okay. San Francisco's a cool city, definitely.
Well, that would be.
I want to hear this question now. What's the question?
What's the question? I'm sorry about that.
Well, actually, because my question is really about masculinity. So like on screen and off screen, in my opinion, I feel like you've been a positive example of masculinity. And I wanted to get your opinion of the concept of toxic masculinity and how you navigate that with your peers.
Well, when you say toxic masculinity, could you at least explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, so it's a term that people are using, and some people find it very derogatory, but it's ultimately like kind of when we think about like hyper masculine, not being able to express a range of emotions, not being able to communicate effectively, kind of like if we think about our society now, there thoughts around sexualization of women or other people and how you treat people based on your role in masculinity or how you show up in your masculinity.
Okay, sure. You know, it's not something that I obviously think much about. You know, what I can offer the world is me. And when I'm off camera, I can offer the world my progressive thoughts on the way I think things should be, in a way I would like to see men and women interact with one another. I think that, you know, male masculinity or even the male gender has changed over the years. Some people on one side would even complain that it's too gender bending. At this point, you know, they can't tell the boys from the girls, you know. And but I think what's most important is the communication between the sexes, because, and I think that's something that's been at the root of our problem from the very beginning. I think that men do not understand women and are not interested in trying to understand women, and vice versa. And if we plan on living in this world together, living with one another, that communication is key. You know, instead of just saying, oh, she's crazy, all women like this, why that?
Right, exactly.
Talk to me. Like, what is it that you feel? You know, like, what is it that you're going through? And so at least I have a better understanding, or just thinking that you're just flipping on me just because your hormones are going a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we don't take that time to do that. You know, you know, a woman starts going off or is unhappy for a while, we just spend more time with the fellas. Right. You know what I'm saying? no, really. That's what winds up happening. And then the communication never really goes down. And then what happens, the woman starts to shut down for a while because she realizes that in some ways she's losing a man. He don't even want to be around her that much because when she tries to express herself, he don't want to hear it.
Mm.
Well,
you know? So I think that communication is key. One thing you need to know about me, and where my attitudes come from, other than my common sense, is that you know, I grew up as only male in my generation.
That's what I was going to ask you, if you had a relationship with your father, and you just mentioned that, and brothers, and how even masculine relationships.
I didn't have any brothers, but I had a mother and father. But I was only male in my generation, so I had lots of females around me all the time. I had only sisters and only female cousins, and my family also owned a beauty salon. So I know a lot about y'all before I even needed to know about y'all.
Well, we're going to set up another session with Dr. Tanya.
Yeah, definitely. This definitely can be a whole nother session.
Yeah.
In fact, we may have to make this into a podcast within itself.
Let's do it. Listen, right. Preston, let's quick go to your question. We've got maybe about 5 or 6 minutes left, guys, so we're going to be a little quick here. Go ahead, man.
Okay, just real quick. Those movies behind you, these are movies that you're involved with, or movies that you just like?
No, those are some of my favorite movies, actually. It's Paid in Full.
Wait a second. I don't see me on one of them.
Oh, I knew it.
You're a big fan, Leon.
I thought you said my man's name was Preston.
Hey, listen, these had the color scheme in my house, so that was the real deal.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
See, now, brother, I'm just quick. We got to get this question. But you need to lie a little bit better. All you had to do is say, "Oh, you can't see this. It's not full frame. You on the other poster right over here." That's all you need to say to me.
Hey, man, no, these had all the colors I needed. Hey, but look, real quick though. Now you started in one of Madonna's best yet most controversial videos, "Like a Prayer," and the video was banned in some markets, and she received a lot of backlash. I was always curious: did any of that criticism affect you personally or professionally?
No, not at all. You know, people looked upon me very fondly. You know, they thought of me as the Jesus that looked the most like Jesus actually looked like.
You had a good times, Jesus.
Right.
So, yeah, I just, you know, it was just a whirlwind of press, and everything else was going on crazy about that. I think it was the #2 video of the century behind Thriller.
Yeah.
And, but it was banned so many places at first because they just saw clips. They didn't see the entire video. Right. They didn't know that if you believed in religion, it could not be a more positive video.
Absolutely.
You know, and so, you know, and then all of a sudden when you see Madonna's, you know, with a black man who looks like he's Christ, and then you see other black images and burning car, you're just like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, people have something to say about it.
They weren't ready back then.
Right. But what really added to it was that she just did that Pepsi campaign and got all that money, and that they pulled the campaign before it even aired, based on what they heard about the video.
Right.
Not what the video. So it was crazy.
Well. Listen. Before we let you get out of here, we're going to put you through a little fast, rapid fire line of questioning. All right. All right.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as I'm not under oath, I'm good.
No, it's not called to tell the truth, y'all. All right. Who was the last celebrity you sent a text message to?
Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon. Okay. All right. What is the one role you wanted but you didn't get?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because, you know, to be honest with you, I don't invest myself in any role.
Unless
I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like after the meeting, I'm just like, unless they call me again, because you know, when you're an actor, as long as I've been an actor,
Yeah.
you go crazy.
Yeah. I imagine.
Okay, so I have one.
Anything.
Who's your favorite co-star?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Who's your favorite co-star?
Wow, my favorite co-star, man, that's hard. Favorite?
Not so favorite.
Okay, who was the best leading lady, the best kisser? Let's get juicy.
That's go ahead, Preston.
That's on-screen kiss.
Have to be Layla Rashawn probably. And Wait and Exhale.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's just because I just remember, because I just told the story because the 25th anniversary is coming up and they're doing a story on it. And I remember they were asking about our chemistry, and I remember I said, well, the chemistry was pretty immediate, because I remember Forrest Whitaker, the director, after the first time we started kissing, he said, cut. And then he had to yell, cut again, because we had to start So from what I can remember, you know, it was a good kiss.
All right. We'll take that answer. Well, listen, we've got to let you go. Our time is up, but we certainly have enjoyed you sitting down talking with us. Everybody, check out Leon and the People's brand new album. Tell everybody where they can get it really quickly.
The album's called Love is a Beautiful Thing. You can get it anywhere you buy music, iTunes, Amazon, any place else. And please contact me and let me know you heard it, you like it, your favorite songs. Like my man, you sing in the shower. Sometimes I wish I was single.
All right, and Preston needs to go get a movie poster with Leon on it. Leon, take care of yourself.
Don't even let him call back in till he gets one.
Ooh.
Done. Take care, man. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Tanya, Preston's a pleasure.
Thanks again.
Awesome to meet you.
All right.
Follow us on Instagram at JDtv_is_on. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the next celebrity interview on JDtv.